Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you tuned in across the globe. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm getting used to this thing. Yeah, nobody does all this welcome back to my channel thingy again. But yeah, I'm very old school like that. So yeah, I still do it in 2026. But welcome. My name is Sandra Adeyeye Bello, popularly known as Sab. Call me Sab. I'm the founder and creative director of Sab Studios NG and also founder of AI Filmmakers Network and festival director for AI, African AI International Film Festival. Yay! Okay, so you can see this on your screen, yeah? African AI International Film Festival is basically coming up in July, right? So this is mostly around what do we call it now? This is the way for you to showcase your skill. If you're an AI filmmaker from across the globe, African AI International Film Festival is the place to be. Yes, so it's a quarterly film festival where you get to showcase yourself, your skill, what you do, right? So all you need to do is send in your film. All right. The link to submit your film will be in the description of most of our videos. So just check them, especially our previous episodes or editions. All you need to do is click the profile picture of this channel and check the playlist. Just go to the playlist section. Okay. And you'd see the previous editions, the January and the April edition. And we are currently accepting submissions for the July edition of African AI International Film Festival. So yeah, if you're an AI filmmaker or content creator, hey, submit your film and get a chance or stand a chance to be awarded, in any of our 5 categories. If you have any questions, ask me in the chat. I'm going to answer you, okay? So right now we are going to be talking about how to use AI to create therapy sessions, right? This is a content that is currently going viral. A lot of people are creating content around different ideas, different thoughts. So what we're trying to establish here is how can you actually use AI to do just that? So I'm going to be showing you step by step how to do it. But if you're here, I need you to do something for me. If you're getting value, I want you to smash that like button. There's a like button at the top of the screen under the name of this channel. If you've not clicked it already, I need you to click it, okay? But if you have, no sweat it, okay? Use that red heart button close to the chat and engage with me. You can always type your questions as well, because if you ask questions, I'll be able to answer you. All right, so yeah, I always read the chat and I'll be giving shout out to whoever is, online, whoever is here, whoever is actually active. So I'll be giving you shout out. So if you want to grow your YouTube channel, go and use your real YouTube channel and join this live stream. Go and use your real YouTube channel, join this live stream so that when people see your channel show up here, they know that you are active and they know that they can support you and you can support them as well. All right. Okay, so I'm in the chat. Hey. Hi, Soul Frames. Welcome. You guys, if you're not following Soul Frames, what are you doing? Why are you even here if you're not following Soul Frames? Soul Frames is an active participant. He's been here through the workshop from day 1. This is day 13, you guys. This is day 13. So, Soul Frames, what do you think? What are your thoughts about the workshop so far? We've had day 1 all the way to day 13. Today is day 13. Day 13 of our workshop. What are your thoughts? I want you to share your thoughts because people are here watching and trying to learn. So I want you to share your thoughts. This is day 13 of this particular workshop. So you guys, what are your thoughts about the workshop so far? Has it been interesting? Has it been lively? Share. Whoever has been here, if you've been watching, if you've been following, share your thoughts, okay? Use that like button at the top of the screen or under the video. Please give us a thumbs up. When you do that, YouTube is going to share this to more people. All right. So yes, Soul Frames is saying it's another day of learning. Open your minds to receive knowledge. I welcome you all. Yes. Welcome. It's good to be here again. All right, you guys, let's jump right into the tutorial for today. How do you create a therapy session using AI? That's the first thing we're doing. So guess what? We're going to my boyfriend. If you've been following our chat, you know my boyfriend, right? So tell me, who's my boyfriend? If you've been following our chat, you know who my boyfriend. Okay, tell me my boyfriend. Yes, you got it. ChatGPT, yeah. So yeah, that's like the main boyfriend, right? Then you now have like sidekicks. You have other options where you can test the word, check other things, right? So yeah. So tell me your thoughts so far about this. And when we want to start any production, any project, what do we do? What's the first thing we do? You guys, if you've been following, you should know this by now. We want to create a therapy session. That's the brief that we got. Create a therapy session, and of course, we know the therapy session, right? There's a therapist and there's a patient, and probably there is an idea, So the brief comes in and the brief says, create a therapy session for me, So what is the first thing we should do? If you've been following, I want you to tell me, I want you to share with me right now. Okay? So what are we going to do? We need to come up with what? A script. So if you have not been following, you guys, that's the first thing you need to do. Come up with what? A script. And you don't need to do it all by yourself. You can use my boyfriend here. That's why I count on him, ChatGPT, to come up with an idea for a script, right? That can definitely help you. Okay, that can definitely help you. You can ask it to pitch you ideas, or you can come up with your own idea and ask it to polish it and give you more ideas, or better, make it into something nicer than what you currently have. And yes, it will do just that for you. So let's do that right now. I'm going to tell ChatGPT what I want it to do, and then let's watch it do that. Okay. Okay, so you guys, what I just did now is I am giving my AI the voicing so that it can do what I need to do. So instead of just typing, I had to just voice what I wanted it to do. So basically what I'm going for, you guys, I want us to test out two different ideas for this therapy session, right? So the first therapy session is a male therapist with an African couple. That's the first therapy session. Then the second option that I'm going for is like a female therapist with an African body, right? An influencer, a very beautiful influencer. So let's check this out. What I asked my AI to do was to give me the image prompt, because you guys, we have a script, we have a story, but we do not know our characters yet. So let's get our characters out. So what we're going to do here, it already created the prompt for us. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy my prompt out. I'm going to copy the prompt for the first characters, right? This is the first scene. This is the first character. I want us to have two therapy sessions. So this is the first therapy session where we have the African couple and the male therapist. And then the second one, this is the second prompt, have an African female therapist, and then an African influencer, a female influencer, right? So that's it. So you can see these are the scenarios here. Okay, so yes, so let's try this. Okay, image prompt, influencer breakdown. Okay, so why do we have three three prompts. Okay, image prompt, therapist. Okay, this is for the couple, this is for the therapist. So let's have them in the same scene. They are in the same scene. So I have to emphasize this to the world sees confidence. No, we do not need an analysis. Okay, so let me redo this prompt because I'm seeing it breaking it into two different scenes. I do not want two different scenes. I want one scene with one is with the African male therapist, and then the patients are two, like an African couple too, right? Sitting on the couch and the therapist on the chair. And the second option, the second therapy session that we'll be going through will be a female therapist and then an African influencer. So, but they must be in the same room, because to have a therapy session, they must be in the same room. So what do you want to do? You want to make sure that your prompt is very detailed, you guys. So let me do that right now. I'm going to give this a very detailed prompt so that you can watch me do that here. Okay, so if you're watching, all you need to do, if you're getting value, ask me questions or click the like button, okay? All right, so you guys, I've set my AI to work on the prompts right now, because initially I was rushing. I didn't put in as much details, right? So it kind of got confused and was creating multiple images, right? Image prompts for me. But what I want is basically just two image prompts. Excuse me. So what I'm practically working with is I just want two image prompts where my characters are in the same setting. Okay, so scene one, scene two, you guys can see this now. It now gets it. Okay, it now gets it. So let us copy that prompt. We're going to copy the whole of image one, right? This is going to give us one full image prompt. So we're going to copy the whole of this. Okay, we're going to copy the whole of this up till here. This is image prompt 2. Am I correct? Am I on it? Yeah. Okay, so this is image prompt 2. Okay, so this is scene 2. Okay, so let's copy the whole of scene 1. Let's copy the whole of scene 1. This is scene 1, the male therapist and so on. So we have to copy everything for scene 1 up till where we get to see scene 2. So we have to copy everything. Okay, so if you want this prompt, tell me in the chat. So what I'm going to do is probably I'm going to post. Okay, so up to scene 2, you see that we just started scene 2 here. So we copy everything from scene 1. Okay, this is what you need to create your detailed image for your scene. Right, so let's go and get the the images to come out looking really textured. Now, for this particular step, you can use any image generator of your choice. Everyone has their preferences and so on, but on SAP Studios, we already have a SAP Studios app that we created. So yes, we're going to be using that for this session. Okay, so but you can use any image generator of your choice. There are a lot of them out there. Those who have been following, that I do not preach tools, I preach the knowledge. Okay, I'm all about the knowledge. I want you to get the knowledge first, then you can go and explore your tools to achieve your result. So for this, we're going to be using the generate option. There is the generate option, there is the edit option, but for this, we are just starting all over. So we're going to use the generate option. And I'm going to be generating on portrait, not landscape. When you're generating for 16:9, like widescreen, you go for landscape. But when you're generating for portrait, this kind of screen where we are live streaming on right now, you generate on portrait. And I'm generating on portrait because, we are live streaming right now. If I was going to do like a film style, I'm going to go with landscape because that's like the TV setup, right? And I'm going to choose photorealistic as my style. Let's see how that comes out looking. And now we are processing. Let us generate our first image. So that's the first thing, you guys. Whenever you want to create any story, what do you need to do first? You need to come up with a story. You need to come up with a storyline. You need to come up with a script, right? And for us, I've always told you the script is more like your brief. Okay, so you guys can see this, right? We now have the characters. This is our male therapist, and this is his clients. These are his clients, the African couple. But I'm seeing that the man is, a bit cut out of the scene. So let's regenerate this, right? Let's regenerate this to get all of them in the scene, right? I want every character in the scene visible in the scene, right? So you can always regenerate, you guys. The most challenging thing about the workshop for me is having to reapply new knowledge to the already started video process, which makes it slow. Oh my goodness, why would that be slow? Okay, so I love this one. This looks really nice. Although it looks bland to me, I can always regenerate, you guys. You can just generate again. It doesn't matter, okay? So the most challenging thing about the workshop for you is having to reapply new knowledge. Well, if it's not broken, don't fix it. If you feel like you already had some knowledge that worked for you and you were getting the result you wanted, there is no point, just do what works for you, okay? Do what works for you. I don't impose knowledge. What I'm doing basically is exposing you to other ways that it can be done. In African proverb, we always say that there are multiple roads that lead to the market. So if you already find a way to get your 3 plus 3 to mean 6, or 4 plus 2 to mean 6, or 1 plus 5 to mean 6, as long as you get the answer 6, you don't need to stress yourself, right? You really don't need to stress yourself. Focus on what works for you and do you, all right? Okay, so I think this particular image cuts it for me. I think this we might be able to manage. Yeah, it looks really minimalist and straightforward, even though the therapist looks like he's wearing the wall. Yeah, but I think that's good. We can go with this just to get started. So yeah, if you are generating your own image, make sure you are very detailed with your prompt and so on. All right, so let's go to let's get the second image prompt as well. But I hope I answered your question. Soul Frames, you were asking about how it's really slow for you, right? It's really been slow for you about how you have to get a new knowledge, and so basically for me, I'm big on learning. I love to learn. So I kind of open myself up to learning, and then infusing what I learned that I see might be beneficial to me, I add it to what I already know, right? You don't need to absorb everything. You don't need to practice exactly everything. If you already have something that works for you, absorb what you think might upgrade what you have, right? And run with it. You don't need to change your whole system for it, because yes, that would give you that slow process like you are describing here. You said it makes your work slow, right? You don't need to slow down, because the truth is your client is not slowing down. Your client doesn't know that you just learn something new, right? Your client doesn't even need to know that. Your duty is to provide solution. So for you, you need to start with you to provide solution for you first, right? If you're learning something new, you should be using it to upgrade what you have, not to toss out what you have and then start all over. That is really the slow way of doing things. For me, that's what I think. I really want, okay, so you can see this, you can see the therapy session, right? But my character, I'm not seeing the other character's face, so we can regenerate. But this is actually really good. I can still save it just in case I do not get a better one, right? Because I didn't get a better one from the last image generator. So the last image prompt. I don't know why it's really giving me dull colors, because I'm really a colorful person, and I told you that I wanted colors, right? But yeah, we work with this. We start with this, and work it. You can always change your prompts, you guys. Now this looks like it. Better. I said I wanted an influencer. You see this? And a therapist. Do you see how beautiful this came out looking? This is more like my style. This is what I actually gave it to give me. What I had in my head. I want the colors. I want that Africanness. I want that, So you do you. Make sure whatever you're putting in is giving you the result that you want. As long as you get your result, guys, go ahead, do what you need to do, to get that. You say you find these other ways the best and it's working for you. As long as it's working for you, I'm all for it, right? But I'm not a big fan of slowing down your process. That's the only part I was kicking against, right? But I'm all for finding something that works for you and sticking to it. That's how I do this, right? So if I'm learning something new, which I always try to do, I'm always going after knowledge that would upgrade what I have. I already have a working system for me, so I'm not going to toss my system out. What I would do is I'm going to go learn from the best, from the other person, from whoever, and then I would infuse it into my working system and see that, okay, so maybe this part of my system was slowing me down. I think I might be able to speed it up a bit with this person's style of doing it. That's what I do. And then I just go pick that, infuse it into my system and run with it, right? But if you are learning something that slows you down, then I think probably you should check your system. How are you currently operating? You need to check that system. All right. So just for the sake of it, I want to try my first prompt again, whether I would get something better, because I actually told this AI that I wanted something colorful. It gave me something colorful for the second scene. So I'm wondering why I'm not getting the same colorful for scene one. So just for the sake of it, I'm testing this out again. So if you are here, if you're following, if you are learning, let me know. Ask me question. If there are areas that you feel maybe a bit confused, if there are things that you really want to learn, ask questions, okay? Ask questions. They say who they ask questions, no, they misrude. That's another African proverb spoken in, right? If you ask questions, you do not miss your way. That's the whole idea. That's the whole point. So ask questions. All right. Ask questions. I love it when you ask questions because it makes it interactive. It makes my class, that's how I love to work. That's how I love to teach, right? The class has to be really, really interactive. So yeah, now we're coming here and we're going to generate this just because I want to test out my first prompt again. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so I see another question here. What about getting the whole process wrong from the beginning and now found the right way? Okay, so that's a different thing. Yeah. So I feel like that's why you see that whenever you get to a new class or a new course, and yeah, we're working on building our academy right now. One of the things that any tutor, any teacher will tell you is whatever you think you know before, toss it outside, leave it out there. You are coming in to get something, get afresh, like baptized afresh. You're coming in to get something new. You're coming in to learn something new. So don't stick to the whole old. Don't get stuck like, oh, I knew it like this. Oh, this is all worked. So you're comparing what you knew to what you currently know. That will slow you down. That is the whole idea. When people tell you whatever you think you know, leave it out there. That is so that you can come in with a new and open mindset. Like you wrote earlier, you talked about coming in with an open mindset. Basically, that's the whole point, right? If what you had before was not getting you that result, then yes, whenever you're coming into a new process like this, you're coming in with an open mind saying, yes, I'm here to learn, right? Don't get stuck in the old, because when you get stuck stuck in the old, what happens is you start to compare. Okay, so I used to do it like this, so I used to do it like that. And guess what? While comparing, you're letting time sleep. The time you should have been using to learn, you'll be using it to compare. Right? So just come, open yourself up, absorb the newness, and then go ahead and implement that newness. Don't try to go back and forth with your old system. Since you say the old system wasn't working, don't try to go back and forth. That is the slowness of your process. That will slow you down. Okay. Once you absorb something new and you believe that works for you, then follow through with the newness. Don't try to go back, front. Do you see that? That is already taking you longer time to achieve instead of just running head on with it. Okay. I hope that helps somebody who's watching right now. Okay, so what are we doing here? We now have our couple. We've had different options for this couple. So yeah, I think we'll just go with the most beautiful couple so far. All right, so yes, I hope I answered your question, Soul Frames. I hope I answered your question. Hope that was clear. Right. So this is for everyone who is watching. Probably you already started experimenting with AI, and probably you come in here and you see that maybe the style is different or whatever. I would encourage you to come in with an open mind, learn what you need to learn, and adapt it into your system, right? One of the things that I do, and that's why I encourage you guys to chat, right? Because everyone's journey is different. Even though we all have the same tools, right? Our journeys are different. And I always tell my class this, our journeys are different. The way you see texture, the way you see colors, the way you see, it is unique to you. Right? So if you chat, I am able to relate to you directly and teach you for you. But if you come in and you keep quiet, what happens is you will only get a general knowledge and probably learn another person's way of doing it, because that is that person's journey. The person who was outspoken is who I will talk to. That's the person I would carve that class for. So the beautiful thing about engaging is when you engage, I am able to understand who is here and how to help you achieve your own journey through the AI thing. So we all know that, right? We might be given the same ingredients to cook. Maybe, so I feel like jollof rice is popular. So let me just go with jollof rice, right? So we might be given the same ingredients to cook jollof rice. Guess what? We will all have the same exact quantity. We would all be in the same kitchen, under the same influence. But guess what? After we are done and we set those plates, our food will taste differently. So it doesn't make your food bad. It doesn't make your food less, right? That's why when I'm teaching, that's why I told Soul Frames, right? Except you feel that what you were doing was not working, except you feel like your food needs improvement, that's the only time you learn something new and then you just absorb it and run with that. But if you believe that your system was working, but maybe a part of it was slowing you down, maybe a part of it was broken, what do you need to do? You need to now focus on learning anew and improving. Pick what you can and add it to your system. That is for your own journey. It will not affect every other person. It is for you to make your own way of doing things better. Okay, so I'm repeating this so that whoever is coming in now can learn. Don't come in comparing. Don't come in with the mindset of, oh, I knew it before. Don't come in with the mindset of, oh, this has not been working. Throw it out there. Come in and learn. When you learn, it is left for you to choose. Do I want to do it this way going forward? Or do I want to pick one or two from here and add it to what I already had going for me? Maybe a part of your work was slowing you down. Now you have learned a way of doing it to make it faster. Pick that and add it and run with it. Continue the way you have been generating. Okay? All right. So enough of that. All right. So shout out to everyone who's here. If you're getting value, click the like button and we move forward. So what have we done so far? You guys, whenever we start off with an idea, we get a brief. Like I said, I've taught you guys, if a client reaches out to you, the client is reaching out with what? A brief. The brief is what? Today's brief for us is create a therapy session. And from our brief, we now have 2 families or 2 therapy sessions that we'll be creating for videos for. So the first therapy session is the therapy session between a male therapist and an African couple, and the second session will be between a female therapist and then a female influencer. Right now, you know that these two scenarios would be unique to themselves, and they would have their own challenges, right? So what are we going to do here? We're going to improve on the challenges. Now it's time for us to build our script and our video script, okay? All right, so what did we do? We built that scenario out, and then we asked our AI to build us the image prompt for two scenes. The two scenes being the male therapist and then the African couple, and then the second scene being the female therapist and female influencer. Right now, we already have that done. We have generated the characters. Now, what do we want to do next? We want to make sure that we have a clear-cut scene that we are going to be generating as our video, right, with the dialogues between the therapist and their client. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to tell my AI to build me short scenes with dialogues to show my therapist actually having a therapy session with his clients or his patients. Do you understand me? Are you following me? If you're not following, say I'm not following, I'm lost. But if you're following, type in the chat. Type in the chat. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to drop that here. Okay, so you guys, I had to take my time because we have 2 therapy sessions to create. So I had to take my time to give this very detailed prompt, okay? So I hope you did not miss me. If you have questions, you know you can ask questions, right? Ask me questions. It's always lovely when we ask questions. And you can see my PA, my VA, my EA is excited. He said, now we are cooking. We are cooking, yes, guys, because we're going to be using all those things that we have learned before. We're talking about contrast, conflict, characters. We're going to be adding all of them inside here. So we're going to have like a real therapy session, you guys. So if you have missed before the previous classes, you need to go and watch them, okay? All you need to do, click the profile picture of this channel, go over to our playlist section. There's a playlist section. Go over to the playlist section and then enjoy yourself. There is a playlist for everything. Okay, there is a playlist for everything. It's so beautiful to watch. It's so beautiful to engage. Okay, now This is day 13, and we have covered a lot up till day 13. So if you have been missing, okay, so I don't need to talk too much. So let's try. Now we are here for our therapy session 1. We have the male therapist and the African couple. You guys, the theme is you say love, but you speak war. Let us see what this comes out looking like. So what are we going to do here? We're going to copy. You see that I already broke my my scene into 2 seconds each. That means I have 6 seconds to generate a frame. So for those who do not know what a frame is at every given time you see something on screen, before it changes. That is a frame. Like anything you see on your screen is called a frame, like your TV frame, right? Your TV frame, that kind of thing. So your phone frame or whatever. So that's a frame, right? So whenever we are generating a video, we have, I'm going to be using the Grok AI at this point. Yeah. So Grok AI allows you to generate 10 seconds long or 6 seconds long. So I'm going to be using the 6 seconds for this particular illustration. All right. So I want to control my 6 seconds. I don't want Grok AI to play with my 6 seconds for me. So I want to control it. Yeah. If you have watched my previous videos, you know that I'm a control freak. So I love to have control over what I do because I come from traditional filmmaking, you guys, where we have the handheld camera, microphone, everything. So we control everything. What the audience gets to see at the end is controlled by the director. So yes, I am currently directing my AI right now. So I must control it, right? So this is why I always emphasize how my 6 seconds will come out looking like. I want to make sure that it comes out exactly as I have it in my head. Every 2 seconds count. The camera must move every 2 seconds. So this is me breaking it into every 2 seconds, you guys. So my 6 seconds has been broken down. 2, 4, 6. So we're going to copy this. Copy it out like this, okay? We're copying everything. We copy everything out from the very first 0 up to the last 6 seconds, okay? That is frame 1. Can you see we have frame 2, we have frame 3. So currently I have broken it into what? Frame 1. I've copied my frame 1, the very first 6 seconds, I've copied it out. Now we are going to where? Grok AI. So if you have not clicked the like button, why have you not clicked the like button? Why have you not clicked the like button yet? But if you have, I love you. Thank you for clicking the like button if you have, okay? Yeah, so we are in Grok AI and I switched over to Imagine. You can see at the top there, you can see we have the Ask feature and the Imagine feature. So basically to generate videos, we need to use the Imagine feature. So I'm clicking on the Imagine and we are here. This is Imagine. This is what Imagine looks like. Okay, so different videos, templates and the rest that you can use, So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in the image. Remember, we already generated the image of our characters. We already have our actors on standby. These are our digital actors. These are the actors that would actually play out the scene for us. So what do we want to do? We want to click the image option and then import the image that we have generated before. So we need to pick an image of this couple. I think I like this one of this couple, bring them in here. And then I'm going to paste my 6 seconds. Yes, our very first 6 seconds. Let's have them, come alive. So I'm going to paste my first 6 seconds here. Let us have these characters come alive. So you're going to watch, it's going to generate the 6 seconds of, this is our first frame. Okay. So in your videos, depending on how long your videos would be, if you're creating like 5 minutes video, if you're creating like 2 minutes video, if you're creating like a 10 minutes video, if you're creating like a 30 minutes video, your frames will increase, right? You will have different scenes in your film, so depending on that, right? So don't judge yourself. Don't feel like, oh, so she just created 1 or 2 scenes and that is it. No, for the sample, I'm just creating 1 or 2 scenes, but for your film, you want to make sure that you put in every scene and make it come alive, okay?
Listen, he just waits to talk.
All right, so you guys, let's watch this. Let me increase the volume so that we can watch this together.
He doesn't listen. He just waits to talk.
And do you listen? Why should I? She's already decided I'm wrong.
He doesn't listen. He just waits to talk.
And do you listen? Why should I? She's already decided I'm wrong.
Oh my goodness, you guys, can you see this? It's already...
Do you listen?
You see that? It's already directing
decided I'm wrong.
The control.
He doesn't
you guys
listen.
see,
He just
you have
waits
to
to
control
talk.
this thing. Oh, if not,
do you listen?
Not...
Why should I? She's already decided I'm wrong.
Can you see how my controlness, it comes out looking... I say control.
Do you listen?
I don't
Why
know if
should
that's
I?
even
She's
a
already
word.
decided
But
I'm
you guys,
wrong.
He doesn't listen.
every
He just
character
waits to
comes
talk.
alive and they are giving you the
listen?
vibes. Can you
Why
see
should I?
this?
She's
Can you
already
feel
decided
this?
I'm wrong.
He doesn't listen. He just waits to talk.
And Do you listen? Why should I? She's already decided I'm wrong.
He
Can
doesn't
you see this?
listen. He just
So
waits to
our
talk.
couple are here. They're
Do
complaining
you
about
listen?
something.
Why should I? She's
and,
already decided I'm wrong.
The
He
therapist is
doesn't
doing his
listen.
job.
He just waits to talk.
Yeah.
And you-
So let's get
you
our
listen?
second
Why should I?
our
She's
second
already
frame,
decided I'm
right? We
wrong.
want to put
He
in the
doesn't
second frame
listen.
here
He just waits
because
to
we want to
talk.
continue this story. Remember,
Do you listen?
if you're creating
Why should I?
longer
She's already
stories,
decided
you
I'm
have
wrong.
more
He
scenes,
doesn't
you have more
listen. He
scenes,
just
you
waits
have
to
more
talk.
scenes, and you must create more frames,
listen?
right?
Why should I? She's
more
already
frames,
decided
more
I'm
frames,
wrong.
more
He
frames
doesn't
equals to
listen. He just
longer
waits to
film.
talk.
Okay.
Do you
Okay,
listen?
so
Why
let's go
should I?
back.
She's
Let's go
already
and copy
decided I'm
that. So,
wrong.
He doesn't
right, if
listen.
you guys have questions, you know what to do, right? I am open to questions. I want you to talk to me, ask me questions, talk to me, ask questions, talk to me. When you talk, it helps someone else. Like there are people who are watching here and they are very quiet, you guys. They are not even asking
doesn't
questions.
listen.
But
He
your
just waits to
question
talk.
might help
you-
them.
do you
Your
listen?
question might
Why
help
should
them.
I?
So
She's
what did
already
I do?
decided I'm wrong.
I
He
copied
doesn't
the
listen.
second
He just
one.
waits to talk.
I'm not bringing in the characters
Do you
again because I
listen?
already have
Why
them
should
here.
I? She's already decided
So I'm
I'm
just
wrong.
going to
He
paste
doesn't
my
listen.
new
He
prompts
just waits to
inside the
talk.
box
And you-
that I have
do you
here,
listen?
and then I'm
Why
just
should
going
I?
to
She's-
generate that again. I don't need to bring in the same characters again because these are the same characters. They are the same actors. We just want to extend the film and see what the problem really is, right? So I'm not bringing in a new image. I'm not bringing in, when we first started, I brought in a new image. That was because we don't have our characters on ground. I hope that is clear. But once you have your characters on ground, this is
He
scene
doesn't
one.
listen. He just
right?
waits to
This
talk.
is scene one.
you-
So
do you
now we are
listen?
creating scene two here. All I did was I did not
doesn't
change
listen.
it.
He
I
just
didn't
waits to
change the
talk.
characters.
And
I only put
do
my
you
new
listen?
prompt in the box that it allowed me
Because
to
you
put
are
there.
wrong.
So
You
you
disappear
guys-
when things get
You
real.
disappear because you attack everything I say. Pause. This isn't a fight, but you brought your weapons.
Because you are wrong. You disappear when things get real.
You disappear because you attack everything.
Okay.
He doesn't
So you
listen.
guys,
He
can you
just
see
waits
this?
to
They are
talk.
getting really angry. Can you see their facial
listen?
expressions and
Why
so
should
on?
I? She's already
but
decided
this
I'm
is
wrong.
scene
He
one
doesn't
and scene
listen.
two. Let
He
us
just
play it
waits to
together
talk.
so that you can
And
see that it's a
do you listen?
continuation.
Why
okay?
should I? She's already
so let us
decided
play
I'm
it
wrong.
together.
He doesn't listen. He just waits to talk.
And do you listen? Why should I? She's already decided I'm wrong.
Because you are wrong. You disappear when things get
You
real.
disappear because you attack everything I say. Pause. This isn't a fight, but you brought your weapons.
Because you are wrong. You disappear when things get
You
real.
disappear because you attack everything I say. Pause. This isn't a fight, but you brought your
You
weapons.
guys, can you
Because
see
you are
that?
wrong.
So it's a
You disappear
continuation.
when things get
You
real.
can
Disappear because
build
you
and
attack
build
everything I
and
say.
build more
Pause.
on it.
This
So
isn't a
let's
fight,
go and
but you
copy
brought
the
your
last
weapons.
one.
Because you are-
This is the last frame that I'm adding here, just so that you can see that you can keep prolonging your film and have a very authentic therapy session to show that nobody is right or nobody is wrong. It's all up to you. The therapist is there
Because
to
you are
guide
wrong.
the
You
conversation.
disappear when things
So
get
what am
real.
I going to
You disappear because
do?
you attack
I'm not
everything I
changing the
say. Pause.
characters.
This
I'm
isn't
not
a fight,
changing
but
the
you brought your
actors.
weapons.
It's the
Because
same
you are
actors,
wrong.
but
You
I'm going
disappear
to
when
paste
things
my
get real.
You
new
disappear because you attack everything I say. Pause.
prompts
This isn't a fight,
into
but you
it,
brought your weapons.
right? And then we generate scene three. Okay, so this is scene one, this is scene two, and this is scene three, right? This is scene one. We're going back. This is scene one. This is scene two.
Because you are-
and this is scene three. You guys, so you need to know this. You need to know this, okay? You need to understand it, that you can extend and extend and extend your film. It all depends on you. Okay, so someone who is watching now saying, oh, she only generated one scene, no, it depends on your script, it depends on the story you are telling. If you're using the same actors, all you
Because
need to
you
do is
are
just keep
wrong.
putting your
You did-
prompts,
I'm
okay,
tired of
and
feeling
let the
alone
actors do their thing.
next to my
But
husband.
if
Because
you
you
are
are- he doesn't
using
listen,
different
he just
actors,
waits
you
to
can
talk.
now bring in a new prompt.
Do you listen?
Okay,
Why should
you
I?
can
She's
bring
already
in a
decided
new
I'm wrong.
character.
He doesn't
You
listen.
can bring in
Because
new
you are
images.
wrong.
Okay,
You-
so let's
doesn't
watch this
listen,
now
he just
from
waits
scene
to
one
talk.
to scene
And
three together.
Do you listen? Why should
Let's watch
Because
this
you
from
are
the beginning
wrong.
of scene one
You
to scene
disappear when
three
things get real.
together.
disappear because
I'm
you
not gonna
attack
talk,
everything
so
I
just
say.
watch.
Pause. This isn't a fight.
He doesn't listen. He just waits to talk.
And do you listen? Why should I? She's already decided I'm wrong.
He doesn't. Because you are wrong. You disappear when things get
You
real.
disappear because you attack everything I say. Pause. This isn't a fight, but you brought your weapons.
Because you are. I'm tired of feeling alone next to my husband.
I don't know how to reach you anymore.
Good. Now we're finally telling the truth.
I'm tired of feeling alone
You
next to my
guys,
husband.
can you see
I don't know
that?
how to reach you anymore.
Good.
Our
Now
couple
we're finally
finally
telling the
break
truth.
down.
I'm tired of
So
feeling-
what did I do
Because you are-
here? Remember,
He doesn't
for
listen. He
what
just
I did
waits to
here
talk.
was I tried to show you guys,
Do you
right?
listen?
Every
Why should
time
I?
I have
She's
taught
already
you how to
decided
tell
I'm
a
wrong.
story.
He doesn't
There
listen.
is
He
what?
just
There
waits
is
to
always
talk.
what? A beginning, a
Because
middle,
you are wrong.
and
I'm
an
tired
end.
of feeling alone.
That is why I
next to
did
my
three
husband.
scenes here so that I can
Because
show
you-
you that.
he doesn't
There is always a
listen. He just waits to
beginning,
talk.
there is always
Because
a
you are
middle,
wrong.
there is always
I'm
an
tired of
end.
feeling alone.
Okay, so
Because-
this, watch it
He just
again now
waits to
with this
talk.
understanding: beginning, middle,
Because
and
you are
end. Let's
wrong.
watch.
He doesn't listen. He just waits to talk.
And Do you listen? Why should I? She's already decided I'm wrong.
Because you are wrong. You disappear when things get real.
Disappear because you attack everything I say. Pause. This isn't a fight, but you brought your weapons.
I'm tired of feeling alone next to my husband.
I don't know how to reach you anymore.
Good. Now we're finally telling the truth.
I'm tired of feeling alone.
Okay, so you guys, do you see that? There is always a beginning, a middle, and an end. So if you're creating like a 3-minute film, a 5-minute film, a 10-minute film, a 30-minute film, whatever, how long the duration is, your duty is to expand the beginning, the middle, and the end, right? I have taught this for the writers, for the filmmaking. There is a 7 days filmmaking class that we had. You can go and check that out and watch that, right? I have taught you how to calculate your film time, okay? You can always calculate your film time. If you want to create, say, for example, a 10-minute film and you want to use the beginning, middle, and end, it is your duty to know that, okay, maybe the beginning will be 3 minutes, the middle will be 4 minutes, and the end will be 3 minutes. That will give you 10. Okay, if you want to create a 9-minute film, your duty is to know that my beginning will be 3 minutes, middle will be 3 minutes, end will be 3 minutes. It is left for you to know how to share your minutes. Okay, so for someone who is just beginning, I'm just repeating this so that you can get that value. Okay, it is your duty to know how to time your film. You are the filmmaker, you are the one directing it. All right. Okay, so now that we have this, you can see that here, you can see the technicalities and you understand how we got here. Now we're going to do the same thing for the second scene where we have the female character and, of course, the female influencer. So if you're getting value, say, what are we going to do next? So for those who have been following, what are we doing next? Or yeah, tell me in the chat, you guys. Let me see those that have been in class, those that are following. What are we going to do next? This is scene 2. We are here and ready to create scene 2. If you have been following, what is the next step? What are we going to do now? What are we doing now? Okay, this is scene 2. Let me read the chats. I'm here to read the chats. So if you're alive, if you're active, I'm going to be giving you shout outs. Okay, I'm going to be shouting out those who are active here. I see African Spark Tales. Shout out to African Spark Tales. Shout out, shout out, shout out. I already shouted out Soul Frames. You guys follow each other, okay? Go and support each other. Look at what the other person is creating. It can inspire you. It can help you, you know, and of course we grow together. A community is better than one. Nobody is an island. We all need each other, okay? So go support each other. African Spark Tales, follow Soul Frames. Soul Frames, follow African Spark Tales. Okay, so shout out to you and everyone. Please click on the thumbs up as you join. Yes, thank you so much. African Spark Tales, tell them, anyone who's joining now and you're getting value, click the thumbs up. There is a thumbs up button. If you have clicked it before, no problem. All right, so we see Morel Create AI here. Morel Create AI, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you. I shout out Morel Create. Morel Create, follow African Spark Tales and Soul Frames. Soul Frames and African Spark Tales, follow Morel Create, okay? You guys, this is how we grow. This is how we grow, okay? This is good. Thank you. This is so clean. Nice. The process of creating from frame 1. I find this good. Beautiful. And then they're not even making any mistakes. It's really smooth. I just love the camera zoom in. Oh my goodness. These are technical details. But nobody is telling me what we are going to do next. We are about to create the next scene. You guys, nobody is telling me what we should do next. Okay. Well, let's start again. Just to emphasize, that's the reason I created 2 scenes, okay? So that we can emphasize what we already know. All right, so I'm just going to copy my first scene. This is the beginning, right? So I'm just going to copy. Remember, I talked about the scene, how I broke my scene, my first frame into 2 seconds each to get me my 6 seconds. And I want to maximize my 6 seconds. I want to make sure that I'm in control of my 6 seconds. If Grok AI is going to give me 6 seconds, I must make sure that I control my 6 seconds, right? Everything that happens in that 6 seconds, I must control it. And that is why you see me doing this, right? So I am going to copy everything from here. Right, and I'm going to go back to Grok AI. We're using Grok Imagine, yeah, and we're going to bring in our new characters, our new actors. Remember, if you're using the same actors, just continue where you have been generating. But if you need to bring in new actors, that's when you create, you know, you open it up and bring in a new character. All right, so this is my character. These are my new characters that I'm going to be working with. I had to come into Grok AI again, the homepage, click on the image option, import my image. These are the images we generated at the beginning of this session. All right, so I'm just going to put my 6 seconds prompt. This is me controlling my 6 seconds, and I'm going to put that prompt in here, and I'm going to generate everything. Okay, so let's watch this come alive, you guys. So this is the same process, and I'm re-emphasizing it for those who might just be joining in and you're wondering, oh, where do I catch up? Where do I start from? I hope that you can understand this. Okay, this is how to create it. So you start from the beginning. If you don't understand anything, probably you get to watch the replay. Ask me questions. Drop your questions in the chat. Always ask questions. Person where they ask question or they miss road. This is an African proverb spoken in pidgin, right? If you ask questions, you never miss your way. All right. So ask questions, ask questions. I always ask questions. I love to ask questions. You guys, I don't even know how many questions I have asked on this live chat alone. And I'm the one teaching, but I have asked a lot of questions. So yes, please always ask questions. Ask questions. It helps. It helps with understanding. It helps with, so ask questions always, always, always. All right. So here, this is taking a bit of time. Probably the internet, probably it's the video generator, it's trying to pick up something, whatever. Let's have this generate here and let's see what it's going to give us. Okay, so this is the same style you would use to create this. Now, because you're creating a therapy session, remember what we're having here is a time, a moment in time, and it's all happening in the same setting, right? Unlike when you're creating a regular film or a random film, you can have your scene changes and the rest, right? But this particular one, it is just happening in one scene, you guys. So let's hear what our characters will say. Let us hear what our characters will say now.
That version pays my bills. I have 2 million followers and nobody to call. You train them to see a version of you. That version pays my bills. I have 2 million followers and nobody to call. Oh my goodness. You train them to see
our
a version
influencer
of
is
you.
complaining. She has 2 million followers.
I have 2 million followers and nobody to
call. She's lonely. You guys, that tells me something about AFN, you guys. We have almost 600 people and not even, 60 people on this call. I can feel her pain.
Train them to see a version of you.
I can feel her pain.
That version pays my bills. I have 2 million followers and nobody to call.
So you guys, those who are on the call, what you need to do for me, you guys, whenever we put up a poll, what you need to do for me is, I can actually feel a pain, you guys. So those who are on the call, what you can do for us, right, is whenever we put up a poll after the classes, please give your honest reviews so that people will see that when they join, they're not going to be wasting their time. Okay, please give your honest reviews. You can drop your honest reviews even on the replay. Yes, I know that you were live and you think that maybe your comments don't matter again. Please, you can come back and click on the replay and drop a comment, a detailed comment. It helps. Trust me, it does. Right? So when you see we drop a poll on the community, it's not even nice at all. Almost 600 people on our community and we don't even have up to 10 people on the call. So I can feel how I need to go for therapy right now. All right, so let me click and get the second scene. Okay, so that was our first 6 seconds, you guys. So I hope you guys are getting value. I hope you're getting value, you guys. So if you're getting value, say, say I'm getting value. Okay, so this is scene 2. I'm putting in scene 2 here. Remember, if you're using the same characters, you don't need to change them. You don't need to bring in a new image. You just need to continue with the same image. Just put your prompt in that prompt box and it will generate a new a new scene in your story for you. And yes, we can do it simultaneously. So I'm just going to go back and get scene 3 because I'm looking at the time, right? I'm looking at the time. We are supposed to keep to time. We are a time conscious people. So we're going to go here and then we're going to do the same thing. And I'm going to just put it here and allow it to generate at the same time. Right? So this is me just trying to speed the process up. You can do this. You can choose to. So this is scene 1, you guys.
You train them to see a version of you. That version pays my bills. I have 2 million followers and nobody to call. You train them to see a version of you.
Okay, so beginning, middle, and end. The same sequence, that's what I'm using to create this, okay? So like I said, as a filmmaker, you should know how to break your beginning, middle, and end if you're creating a longer film, all right? But for this particular one, I'm just going with beginning, middle, and end. And yes, we do have our 3 scene. So we're gonna play them together. I'm gonna play them together, so you will not hear my voice, but you will hear the song, you will hear the story. So let's watch it together, okay? Let's watch it together.
Of you. That version pays my bills. I have 2 million followers and nobody to call. You train them to see a version of you. That version pays my bills. And what does it cost you? Sleep, peace, me. So why are you still performing? And what does it cost you? Sleep, peace, me. Because if I stop, I don't know who I am. Then this isn't about fame, it's about identity. And we're about to meet the real you. Because if I stop, I don't know who I am. Then this isn't about fame, it's about identity. And we're about to meet the real you. Because if I stop, I don't know who I am. Then this isn't about fame, it's a...
You guys, can you see this?
I have 2 million followers and nobody to call.
Beginning,
and
middle,
what does it cost?
And
because
then
if I stop,
end. Can you
I don't know
guys
who
see
I am.
this? And you can see the control.
I have 2 million followers
right,
and nobody to call.
This particular
you train them to see a version of you.
Can you see
that
this?
version pays my
so
bills. I have 2 million followers and nobody to call.
Write your story.
You train them to see
think
a version
contrast,
of you.
Think characters,
that version pays my bills. I have 2 million followers and nobody to call. You train them to see a version
right?
of you.
You can
that
see
version
that. And you can see what the therapist
what does it cost you?
Here.
Sleep, peace, me.
And
so why are you still performing?
You can see that.
What is because if I stop, I don't know who I am. Then this isn't about fame, it's about identity. And we're about to meet the real you. Because if I stop, I don't know who I am.
So you guys,
then this
I
isn't
love
about
it.
fame.
And I hope that you've been able to learn something here. So I'm just going to jump into the chat and see this. Okay, so copy the next 6 seconds dialogue, then add the image on Grok to animate. African Spark Tales, check, 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 check. Clock it. You got it. So that's African Spark Tales there, and you got that. Yes, that's the step that we use to create this. Okay, so anyone who's watching, if you missed this, hey, you can start all over. Okay. So I see Moral Create saying, this is great. I need to try this. So surprised that Grok didn't change the dialogue. I don't think Grok actually changes your dialogue. Sometimes it will just, probably if you use something, that it doesn't want to generate, it will just, freeze up. It will not create your image. You will hear, it won't create your video. You would see something like video generation failed, or video moderated or something. Yeah, I think that's the word they use, video moderated, right? If you use something that it doesn't like, it will just moderate your video for you, but it really doesn't change your dialogues. Okay, so I'm seeing here, I am even shocked that the result it gives so far, because there are repetition of words and so on. Say no jump on words. Yes, so because I timed it, and that is the beauty of timing it, right? When you time, you are not the one writing it. You allow the ChatGPT to write, and it knows the framing, per second, how it's going to be delivered, right? So you easily get the right, the right context when you time it like that. That's why, like I talked about control, right? I love that control a lot, because I am able to time everything and get every kind of word that I want it to say in there. Okay, so no jump on words. Yeah, sometimes it could really get exhausting and, frustrating when you're trying to say too much at the same time, and, the AI freezes up for you. Okay, so Frames is saying, what if you were trying to introduce a new character into the scene or frame? Yeah, so let's try that, right? If we want to introduce a new character or a new character into the scene or frame, yeah. What do you need to do first? Remember the style. Remember how we did this before, right? We had to do what? We had to generate our image prompt. We had to generate what? Our image prompt. So let's do that quickly, so that Frames can see how we can introduce a new character into this setting, into this particular setting. Okay, so what are we going to do? I'm going to go back. Let me show you what I would do if I was going to do this. I would go back to where I had my original prompt. This is where we did our prompts, right? And I'm going to ChatGPT that I want that same prompt where I got my characters. That is the female and male characters, right? So what kind of character do you want to introduce? Let me even ask you, what kind of character, who do you want to introduce to this scene? Frames, tell me, you're the one asking this question, so tell me, what character do you want to introduce into this scene? So I'll give you the honors to include that character. We're going to include that character for you here and now. If you can tell me quickly who you want to introduce into this scene, tell me quickly, and we're going to add that character now. All right, so highly emotional. Okay, so I guess that's for the for the story for the film that we just saw. So African Spark Tales is telling me, how is Grok doing this? The control, expression, like the whole execution is lovely. Yes, baby, that comes down to the prompt. You have to be able to prompt. I told you, garbage in, garbage out. You need to be able to give as much details if you want to get details out. You saw how long it took me to detail my prompt, to tell you what I wanted to get out of it, okay? Details are important, baby. In this journey, in this work, details are important. Okay, so I see. Okay, so Frames has given me the character that they want, okay? A friend of the influencer, a close friend. Okay, so let's do this together. Walk with me here, so Frames, walk with me, okay? So what do we want to do? This is where we created the prompts for the initial characters, right? But we already have those characters and we do not have the friend, okay? Now, what do we want to do? We're going to tell this AI to build the exact same prompt, right? And include a friend coming in. Okay, so if that friend is going to come in for just a scene, you don't need this. If probably the friend is just going to come in once and go out, you don't need this. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it in two ways, right? Okay, but if that friend is going to be constant, for example, when I created for my short film, when I don't know if you've seen Mr. and Mrs. Phillips, an episode that the mother-in-law had to come into that scene, I had to now create Mr. and Mrs. Phillips with the mother-in-law together. Okay, that's what we want to do now, right? So, but if that character is only going to show up once, then you don't need it. You don't need to do that. So let's do it together. Walk with me here. All right, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to tell this. I'm going off just for a bit so that I can tell the AI to do what I want. Okay. And I just explained it to you. So whatever you see, you know that I just explained it to you. And I'm just giving that same mandate to the AI to do for me. Okay. So let's go. Okay, so you guys, I just did that right now. I just told my AI what exactly I want. So let us have that AI give us that, prompt first, right? This is the first way of doing this. You guys, look at this. Now you've introduced a disruption into a controlled space. So it's giving us, can you see this? Image edit prompt. Can you guys see this? Image edit prompt. So we're going to do this. Watch this. Now, this is the master prompt. We already have the master prompt, okay? You can edit the existing ultra. So we're going to copy this, and now there is a new character. You guys, can you see this included in that prompt? Now we don't have a prompt. You guys, watch and see what we are doing. Okay, remember, we are not going to change that prompt that we already have because we have the characters, right? But look at this. We have to copy everything. We must copy everything. Copy it out to the last detail. Okay, copy everything out just the same way it has given you, and follow me here. I'm going to show you how you're going to do this. Okay, so I think we have gotten to the last point. So we have this all to the last point here. Now we must go back to our image generator. Okay, go back to our image generator here, right? And it's loading up. You can use any image generator of your choice as long as it gives you the option to edit your image. I recommend Gemini, Flow, Imagen. I think every of Google products, I think they allow you to edit your image, right? I think Grok also allows you. Grok, on the Ask feature, you can edit your image, right? So you can input the image and then edit. So this same thing that we're doing here, like I said, we're not talking about the tools. I always teach you the knowledge so that you can go out there and explore your tools, because everybody has their preferences. Remember, you're all on your own journeys and so on. right? So for me, we are currently using the SAP Studios NG, our own app, right? So you can use any of the platforms that you like. So for this particular step, okay, so for Soulframe, tell me you're here. I don't want you to miss this, okay? I don't want you to miss this. Now, we are here and we have our prompt copied, right? We cannot generate these images again because we already have because we're continuing that story. Remember, we want to continue that same story, right? We're not going to generate them all over again. We will go to edit and then we're going to bring in our characters, the actors who are already doing our film. We're going to go there. We need to bring them in, okay? So I'm trying to bring them in. The internet seems to be slow. Okay, so it's slow. But yeah, once it loads up, we want to bring those characters in. We must bring our character in first. Okay, so we have the character here. These two characters exactly as they are. All right, this is who we are using. We already have them. These are the characters that are not changing, but we want to introduce a new character. Okay, so what do we want to do? Select our portrait and then put that prompt that we have. We're going to put that prompt here. Okay, and then we're going to edit. Just click on the edit and watch it do its thing. Okay, watch the edit and let's see what it's going to do for us. Okay, so this is what you're going to now use to continue your scene, right? You already had the character already crying and telling the therapist, about her life and whatever. Yeah, that's not changing. But yeah, now we want a new character to come in. Look at this. Now we have a new character here, but we kind of lost the therapist. I love the character. Our best friend is so colorful. Oh my goodness. It really took it out of context. So you guys, can you see this? So you can build out more scenes. Here. But what if I want the three of them to be in the same shot, you guys? So let's see this. Let's see. I'm just regenerating again with the same prompt, you guys. The same prompt. Let's see. Okay. The character, yeah, I love her best friend. You said you wanted her to be a close friend, right? A close friend of the influencer. Sometimes best friends actually do more than you. You are the influencer, but the best friend is dressed more than her, right? She's the one that would say, do you know my friend is an influencer? That's the kind of character this is. I can imagine the drama if we wanted to continue this, right? I can imagine the drama. Okay, so because we are currently on the portrait, it's kind of having a hard time, I think. So let's try the landscape and see if we can retain these characters together. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's happening? Okay, so let's try landscape and see if we can retain all characters in the same scene. Right? So this is really, it actually helps when, the Oversabi friend. This actually helps when you have if you're creating on the landscape, you have more opportunities to do this. Okay. But you can also still go back and emphasize, I'm only seeing one character. Okay, so because this is so cute, this is so beautiful. Okay, so yeah, now we have this and we can choose to go with. So let's go back. Let me tell my AI that I'm only seeing one character, so maybe it can correct it for me. Okay. All right, so I'm only seeing one character. Okay, so because I just want to make sure that someone who's here doesn't feel like they cannot edit their prompt, you can. Okay, so yeah, you can see that I had to emphasize it, and now it's saying that's a random glitch. Your generator is doing exactly what most of them do, blah, 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 and so on, right? So it's recalibrating the prompt for me to make sure that no character is cut out of the scene, because I had to come back and I emphasized that, hey, it seems like one of my character was cut out of the scene and I don't like that. And yeah, so it's reworking it right now. So yeah, let us copy this and go back there and do exactly what we want to do, right? So I hope you now get the idea. right? So I'm going to also ask you to do the last one so that once we are going back to Grok Imagine, we do the same thing, exactly what we want to do, right? And then I can show you the two ways of doing this, and we call this class an end. Okay, so we have copied this, and yeah, I have copied that prompt, the new prompt, and it gave it some instructions with the camera, right? So let us see if we can get our therapist and the influencer in the same shot when the best friend comes in. Okay, so let's see if we can get both our influencer and the therapist in the shot when her best friend comes in. So we want to make sure that we get them in the shot, and then our best friend will come in. All right, so let's go. So we're editing, we're still on the edit option. It's editing it for us, so let's see if we can get the character, and the three of them in the shot at the same time. So let's see that. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, so you guys, I hope you're getting value. If you're getting value, please click the like button if you have not. Okay, but it's still mixing it up. It's still mixing this up. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes it happens, right? It's choosing what it wants to do at this point. But let's go back to Grok and do what we want to do right now. Let's go back to Grok. So I'm going to go out. Now, this is what we already have here. Right, this is what we already have here. So we're going to edit. You can see that there is an edit option here. You see edit image. There is edit image, so you can do the same thing that we're doing there. So let's edit image and bring in an image. Edit photos. We're going to click edit photos. I think they are now bringing it into and bring the characters in, and then put that prompt. Right, they're not putting it in the imagine section. So but there is video option, there is make video option, there is make image option. So this is editing the image right now. So let's see if Grok can follow the prompt better than my initial tool. Okay, you guys, can you see this? So I think Grok actually got the memo. Grok actually edited the image just as we expected. Can you guys see that now? Do we have the friend in the shot? Yes, we do. It created a door. It created a door behind, and somehow, but now we have the friend, and we have, of course, the therapist and the patient. Can you guys see that? So we can download this. Just download. Right, so this is what you can now use to continue your video. You can see here, you can click the make video and make a video. You will now add your prompt. When you click make video, you add your prompt here and it continues. Okay, so the second way, like I said before, if your character is not going to be constant, this is what you need to do. Create a video prompt that describes the character coming in. All right, and that is all you need to do. So let's go. I will ask my ChatGPT to do that right now, and that's how we call it a quick an end for today. So let's try that. Okay, ChatGPT is going to give us a prompt, two prompts. I'm going to go 6 seconds each. Right, one will be where the character comes in, the one with the image, and then we're going to do the one without the image where we edited the image. The first one is we edited the image. The second one is we do not edit the image. But I have told you why you use each of them. Right, if you still don't understand, ask me questions. Okay, how do you use each of them? Why do you edit one image? Why don't you edit the other one? All right, if you understand, tell me. Type it in the chat so that someone who does not understand can watch and understand. Okay, so you guys, for those who this is so while it's generating, I've already given it the idea, I've given it the prompt, I've told it to generate the prompt for me, but I'm just going to emphasize this. So if you already edited your image, the first that is making your work easy, right? For those who joined the cooking class, I told you that already, right? Because you want some details, right? You want to retain some details. You want to make sure that you are very clear about what you are getting and so on. So that's why you edit the image. So you can see that we edited this image up to like how many times before we got the kind of character that we want, right? But if you're using text to video, you cannot guarantee the kind of character you will get. So let me show you that here. So we're going to copy this. This is the first 6 seconds. This is the one where the friend is already in the frame. Can you see this? We already edited the image. The friend is already in frame. Can you see this here? So we're going to copy this, the whole of it, right? And then go back to Grok AI, the Grok Imagine, where we already have our character embedded. So let's go back. Okay, this is where our character is already introduced. You can see it here. We have already added the character in the frame. So what we want to do now is make this actor speak. So we're going to click the make video, and then we're going to input our prompt here. You know that it already started generating without the prompt. So we're going to click it and generate with the prompt. Then cancel the first one, right? Just cancel the first one and then stay with the second one. So it's just generating only one video now. So for those who are thinking, oh my God, it's going to generate without a prompt. No, you can just start it like that and then cancel the first one, then go with the second one. So you can see it's generating right now for us. Now this one, the character is already what? In the frame. We already got the character that we want in the frame. This is the actor. So this actor, you can repeat this actor over and over and over in coming scenes, in coming whatever you want to do next. Maybe you have other editions where the character will show up. This character is here. You guys, look at this. Let's play this.
If I stop, I don't know who I am anymore. Wow, so this is where the perfect life comes to cry? If I stop, I don't know who I am anymore. Wow, so this is where the perfect life comes to cry?
You guys, can you see
that? If I stop, I don't know who I am anymore. Wow, so this is where the perfect life comes to cry? If I stop, I don't know who I am anymore.
You guys, can you see that? Now we have
so this is where the perfect life comes to cry?
in the scene, if I stop, I don't know who I am anymore. Can you see that? Now, let's go and do the one where we did not include the character. All right? Like this one where only the therapist.
Because if I stop,
can you guys
I don't know
this?
who I am. Then this isn't about fame.
Okay,
it's about
so
identity.
You see this here. It is just the therapist.
Because if I stop,
the
I don't know who I am. Then this isn't about
here.
fame. It's about
so
identity.
We want to introduce the character here without generating a new
I don't know
image.
Who I am.
So let us do that. That is the one I want to show
identity.
you now.
And we're about to meet the real you. Because if
all right, so we're going to go to B. So this is the B way of doing it. So you're going to copy all this here, right? You're going to copy everything. The 6 seconds, where is it? So you see the character description is here. Can you see the character description? It has added it, embedded it into the prompt, right? So we're going to copy everything. Copy it, then go back and add it.
Because if I stop,
we're going to edit
I don't know who I am.
One.
Then this isn't about fame. It's about identity.
Here,
and we're about to meet the real you. Because if I stop,
to the one that
I don't know who I am.
Now.
Then this isn't about fame.
Edit that prompt. No. Don't change nothing. Just come
because
back
if I
here,
stop,
edit,
I don't know who I am. Then this isn't about fame. It's about identity.
Okay, so
and we're about to meet the real you.
Okay.
Because if I stop, I don't know who I am.
All
then
right,
this isn't about fame. It's about identity. And we're about to meet the real you.
All right, so now we are generating without the prompt, without the, what did we call it now? We're generating now without, editing our image first. Now, remember, I have emphasized this. If that character is going to be a continuous character, please edit your image and have that character ready, right? Create a separate image where that character will be constant, because you need that character to be constant. If not, you will not have consistent character if you're relying on only the text, right? This one now is maybe the character just shows up only once.
I built all of it and I hate living in it. So this is why you've been hiding? What are you doing here? This, whatever this is. I built all of it and I hate living in it. So this is why you've been hiding? What are you doing here? This, whatever this is. I built all.
I love this character already. Oh my goodness.
And I hate living in it. So this is why you've been hiding? What are you doing here? This, whatever this is. I built all of it and I hate living in it.
So this is why you've been hiding? What are you doing here? This, whatever this is. I built.
Oh my God, she smells drama. She looks like drama. She looks like drama. Now, this is who I would be going for, you guys. Okay, so you guys, do you know the funny thing about this? Yeah. You can still keep this character consistent. Probably, maybe you started off thinking you don't want to keep her consistent. You just want her to show up, right? And somehow you just like her the way I like her right now. And I'm thinking, no. She must come back in another season. What do you want to do? Guys, pause it. Just pause it. Where she shows, where her face is very clear. Let us go back there. Pause it. You see here? Her face is very clear here. We're going to pause it there. Where she comes in, where she makes her entrance. You see this here? Pause it and screenshot. Take a screenshot and then go and generate a new copy of her so that you can have her in more scenes. Okay, this screenshot will save you a lot of drama, because probably you did not intend that she will be all dramatic, or you just want her to come and go, right? But you ended up liking her like I like her right now. Don't waste her, or don't waste the character. Clip it, go and generate, increase the intensity, because probably when it generates here, it's not really quality. So you can upscale first. Come here, click the upscale button, upscale it, get the highest quality you can get, and then take a screenshot, then go and generate that character again. You can go and edit, right, and generate the character. You can see how dramatic she looks. Now, these are the two ways to actually introduce your character. I hope you got value. Soul Frames, I hope you are here. Did you get value? I did this because of Soul Frames. Soul Frames was the one who asked the question today, and I love your question. That was why I took my time to explain this. So I hope now you know how to introduce characters, right? Do you know how to introduce characters now? Or are we still confused? So if you're still confused, you will have to watch the replay and follow it step by step, okay? There are different roads to the market, like I always say. For example, here, you might have just put a prompt and gotten this character, but you can still keep this same character consistent. So I hope you have gotten value, and I hope you understand now that you can introduce new characters, even though you had two original characters, but you wanted to introduce a third one, and you introduce a third one. Maybe you just had the mind of like, okay, she just comes in one scene, but you like her like I currently like this character. You can decide to like keep the character consistent throughout, right? And yes, this character actually looks like someone who is preparing to go on stage. So yes, let me go through the chat. Is there any question again? I don't think I can take any more questions for today. So you have to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow we are doing podcasting. So yes, Soul Frames asked that question on day 7? Now, when are we doing podcasting? So yes, tomorrow we're doing podcasting. Are you excited? We're going to be showing you how to create podcast sessions. 1 character, 2 characters, 3 characters. Yeah. You want to create a podcast and you want to have multiple characters. How do you create them? How do you make them consistent? How do you keep their voice steady? That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. If you're excited, type it in the chat and say excited. Okay, so you guys, so this is very stressful, inconsistent character. I don't know what that was referring to, but yeah, Love Funny, she's a drama queen. Very, very well. Thanks. So much value. All right. So thank you everyone for being part of today's class. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed rest of your day.